Obviously, VimPF here, No Nonsense Whisky. You may notice a few little things that'll be different about this stream. Now, if you're a big fan of the whiskey streams in general, especially Roy and the S4Ds, etc., you'll notice that a lot of us use Google on-air Hangouts and things like that. Well, as of today, 1st of August, that's all changed. The rules have changed. You can no longer use this kind of quick stream thing. So we're trying different methods. Now, this is actually something that the Scotch 4 Dummies put onto us on Twitter and a little group, Flying the Colours today. So hopefully they're watching. I think they were in a second ago. And this little thing, as you may notice up here, is StreamYard, which is something we're playing around with. The reason why you can see this StreamYard thing is because I'm using the free account. But if this works, then I'll expand it out into the paid one, get a few more features, should be a little bit more interesting for you guys. So I just want to, before we get into the actual content of the show, I want to show you a few things that this Streamlabs is going to do. It's more about a test really for me. I'm able to call people in at any time and add them into the stream, but that's not going to happen today. No surprises there, unfortunately. But I can do stuff like this, and I can put up Scotch 4 Dummies says they're watching. So that's good. Excellent. They're interested to know because I think a lot of us probably will use this service. It seems to be the kind of a good kind of a new, easy way to do things. Now, obviously, we can do things more complicated. We can make it as hard or as easy as we want. But for me, I like things to be super easy, and I can chuck stuff like this up, which is pretty awesome. So before we get into that, let's say hello to a few people. This is what I'm going to like about it because I can scroll through and I can just chuck people up on the screen. So right from the start, even before it started, we had Macallan Fine and Rare, the Doc's in. Hey, dude. Steve A, he's saying hey to Macallan Fine and Rare. Me, I'm in. Keep scrolling down. We've got Andy Ardbaggy. Excellent to see you, dude. We've got, keep going. We've got Andres, says good evening to a lot of us. We've got Ebhead. Keep going. Scotch 4 Dummies, of course. We've got Whiskey Games. Dr. Matt Bishop says Slancher. Slancher to you, buddy. I actually haven't got a dram yet, but we'll sort that out in just a moment. Who else have we got in? Keep scrolling down. I'm sure I saw a couple more people. It's a lot of Scrabble, actually. Thanks very much for everyone coming in so soon. I'll explain the red face as well in a minute. Luna Aaron, hey. Good to see you. Oh, we've got the last drop. Oi, oi, Savaloy to you too. Anybody else in? Dwayne's popped in. Hey, Dwayne. How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Whiskey Pilgrim. Cheers for coming in, my friend. I think that might be it. Oh, wow. We've got BJKs. Nice to see you, dude. Jason Coates. I'm really liking this feature. What do you think about this kind of feature showing up here? I think it'll be useful if we're talking about different points, but let me know what you think. Stephen Davison says, hey. My brother is in. Cheers, dude. That's it for now. So, yeah, let me know what you think about that feature. One more feature I'll show you before we get on with everything else is I can now add banners. So I can add stuff like that. Ooh, 3 years. So this stream is all about celebrating my 3 years on YouTube. But really, it's more of like a kind of startup for the enjoyment of the 3 years. So August, I haven't really got a set date. So August is really my kind of starting month. So I'm treating the whole month. I'm taking the whole month because why the hell not? And I'm going to do different things throughout the month. I'm going to explain throughout this stream, all to do with the year 3, some tenuous, some not so tenuous. Right, let's get rid of the 3 years. This is all a bit new to me, so hide the current barrel. There we go. This is pretty good. I'm liking this. I think a couple more people just dropped in as well. Yes, we have Loch Ness says hello, everybody. Good to see someone with an actual face on their username as well. I think I saw one more person, and then I'll get on with getting a drink. Whiskey Jason, there you go. Whiskey Jason is in. Okay, let me get a whiskey because I'm thirsty, and then I'll explain the whole red face vibe. To start with, I'm going to drink some Balvenie. I need to sort these lights out, really, don't I? Because you can never see any of that. Balvenie Triple Cask, 16 years. Now, all the whiskies I'm going to try today aren't, I haven't reviewed them yet, but they're in the queue. They're in the queue. My brother-in-law and his partner bought me this for a kind of birthday, Christmas combined present. Absolutely lovely. I'm trying it first because it's quite a light character. Now, red face. If I look a little bit hot, it's because I am very hot. My little studio, like literally where the camera is right against the back wall. and I'm right against the back wall here. It is literally like 2.5 by 2.5 meters. It's so small. And I've got a big non-LED light here. I've got a big non-LED light here, and a window with absolutely no breeze coming through whatsoever. So one day I'll get all that sorted out, maybe some aircon or something like that. We'll see. Let's have a sip of this. Solange, everybody. Thanks for joining the stream. Now, the problem with that Balvenie, it really is a stunning whiskey, but my God, don't drink anything else before it. It's so light and so delicate that if you drink like a bourbon or a peated or anything sherried or anything like that before it, you're just going to overrule it and blast it out of the water. We had Nigel King come in. It says, congrats on your 3 years anniversary. Thank you very much, Nigel. It's been a very interesting 3 years, a very slow start, but that's to be expected in the world of YouTube. Really, things are starting to pick up, but we have this kind of summer lull every year where we have like the Christmas peak, obviously, and then the summer is really where we see the best of you guys, because you're the people that stick around and really make it worthwhile. You know, it's nice to see the big numbers at Christmas, but those are the people that are just like opening bottles at Christmas and going, what's this? I'll look on YouTube. But you guys are the ones that stick around all year round, even when it's really hot outside and everyone should be drinking gins and whatever. But you guys make it all worthwhile. I think, did I put this one up? No, I didn't. Christine Daisy says, congratulations, Vin. Thank you very much. Right, let's talk about some of the things I'm going to be doing this month. Now, not every video. Usually I do Mondays and Thursdays. Today's live stream is taking the place of my usual video on Thursday. Cheating, but that's the way life is. Not every video is going to be about the 3 years. There's going to be some normal reviews in there somewhere. But I've got a few little things up here I want to show you that I'm going to be covering again. I took some ideas from you guys. So there's room, to be fair. There's room for more ideas. So if you've got more ideas about the whole 3 year vibe, then let me know and I'll see what I can do in the next couple of weeks. And one of the first ideas that I got, I can't remember who gave it to me, but it was on Twitter, was to cover the first 3 things that I did again. And I think that's brilliant. The only downside is the third review I did was of a travel retail exclusive that I can't get anymore. So I'm going to skip it. I'm going to do the first 2 and the 4th one. So technically it's going to be my first 3 properly available whiskies. Now the first one I did, I don't actually have it on the table because I need to buy a bottle again. And it's the Aberlour 10-year-old. Really looking forward to that because the review, what I'm going to do when I do the reviews, I'm going to do a bit of a hark back to those videos. I'm going to download those videos and edit them into it somehow. But if you're interested after this stream, maybe go back and watch some of those first 3 videos, because even if you think I'm a bit of a rubbish presenter now, 3 years later, I'm so much more comfortable in front of the camera. I was a bit wooden, couldn't look at the camera very often. The music is terrible. The sound is terrible. The lighting is terrible. I am genuinely surprised that anybody subscribed to my channel based off of it. Probably, to be honest, nobody did. But that's the first one, Aberlour 10 years. Then I did the Glenfiddich 12-year-old. I'm not going to buy a full bottle of that because it's fairly expensive these days. I remember when you could pick this up for less than 20 quid. But it's getting up and up and up, and I don't see it for much less than 25 anymore. And I'm not that into it, I must admit. It's all right to have around. It's got its place for sure. But there's definitely better bottles out there for the same price. Mini review. And the third bottle, again, skipping one, I'm going to do the Buffalo Trace Bourbon. Now, this was really well timed. I picked this up recently on the Amazon Prime Day. And I got it for like £15, which translates to something like $18, which is probably what you get it for in the US anyway. But for us, this is usually about £20 to £25 in the UK. Too expensive, I think, but it's a reasonable drink. So yeah, that's the first one I'm going to cover. Now, let's have a little see what everyone's talking about in the chat, and I'll have a little bit more of this. It's good. We've got 35 people in. If you haven't said hello yet, make sure you get into the chat and say hello. There's some great people here. Everyone's having a little chat away. That's what I absolutely love. It's, dare I say it, taking up the mantle of the V-pub for a week or 2. I definitely can't commit to filling in those voids, unfortunately, for Roy. But he does a stellar job, and he's really enjoying his holiday, I hope. He'll be back soon, though. Hopefully sooner than he says he will be, but we'll see. We've just had another comment from Society Dweller. Thanks, dude. This guy's one of my newer patrons, so I'm really glad to have you in the stream. Good to see everybody here. Peter Wilcox saying congrats on the 3 years. Thank you very much. To be honest with you, going for 3 years isn't that difficult. The hardest bit is maintaining that schedule. You know, I set myself this target. Originally, it was only one a year, one a week, so it wasn't really that difficult to do. But I was getting kind of bored in between the videos. You know, I felt like I could do more, so I started doing the 2 videos. Now I do every now and again, sometimes a third on a Saturday if I do an unboxing or something like that, something easy to put out. But I'm still loving it. There was a time probably about a year and a half ago where I almost gave up because, to be honest, I was around about that 1,000 subscriber mark. I was just about to be kicked out of that new YouTube change, and I was talked out of giving up. So thank you to the guys who talked me out of it. They know who they are. They are in the Twitter sphere. Yes. BJK's, who is a buddy of mine, says he really enjoyed Buffalo Trace when I visited the distillery last month. Eagle Rare as well. Quite right. Now, I've never been to an American distillery. That is going to change in October. I don't know if I've announced this to you guys yet, but in October, I'm going to the Whiskey Tribe event. I forget what they call it now. The Bastards Ball, I think they call it. Got an invite to that, so I'm going to be out there for a couple of days in October. Not sure how many of you guys will be there, but the tickets have already gone, unfortunately. So unless you're a patron of the tribe, I don't think you're going to get in. But I'm only going to be there for a couple of days anyway. But so it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Doc says Roy's coming back this Saturday. Yes, he is. We've got Whiskey Shared on. This is I don't know if you guys know about this guy yet. This is Toby Field. He used to comment under Toby Field and do some whiskey videos under Toby Field. He's recently disassociated his whiskey stuff from his previous kind of cycling channel stuff, and he started again, which is a brave and bold move, but I think it was the right move, and especially at the size of channel he was, about 600. So if you liked Toby Field, then this is him now. So go and check him out. Go click on his link in the chat, click on his name, and check out his profile. Subscribe. You know what to do. There's a lot of new channels coming through, and I think it's a really good thing, to be fair. There's some chat about, you know, like oversaturation. I don't think that's really a thing. If anything, I would say friendly competition. You know, we're all really good friends behind the lines, especially some of the UK guys. We're starting to get together a bit more. Really enjoying that. Last Drop says, did I not say Toby? I'm sure I said Toby. Whiskey Games. Now, oh yeah, I'm going to say this actually. I've done this before, but Whiskey Games makes these dominoes. Go and check him out if you're interested in that, because I think they're brilliant. I still haven't played with them yet. Haven't found the reason to do it. I'm gonna though soon. I'm gonna. He says 3 years is the minimum single malt maturation, so you can say you're a proper whiskey reviewer now. That's really good. I like that. I still feel like a bit of an imposter. You know, they say there's this thing called imposter syndrome, and I definitely have that. I still feel like I'm sitting on the sidelines and just doing my thing in my room, and I kind of want to keep it that way for now. I do some work with some companies sometimes, never anything paid. I never take any money off anybody because that's not my thing. But I'll take a sample or two. Not got a problem with that. You know, the bloggers do it. Why can't the YouTubers? David Evans says, good evening. Not opened the OP17 yet, waiting for a special occasion. I saw you bought that. Please do open it though. And don't wait too long because it really is a remarkable dram. What else have we got in here? What else have we got? Krishnella says, evening, congrats on 3 years YouTubing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's talk about the next 3-year thing I'm going to do. So I've got a couple of things. Really, there's only maybe 4 more videos that I'm going to do. So that was 3 reviews. This will be another review. This is a wee sample. It's the Cotswolds World Whiskey Forum ex-bourbon single barrel 60.5%. Now, the reason why I got this little wee sample, bless Adam for sending me this. Adam, who works for Malt Review. I bought a bottle of this, and it's a bottle of the Cotswolds stuff exclusively for World Whiskey Forum. I've got bottle number 207 of 250. Haven't opened it yet because I want to try this little sample first. Hopefully you can still hear me when I'm turning around. That's another thing. That's this. So he sent me this. So I'm probably going to review this and keep that sealed for now. one of probably 2 or 3 bottles that I've got that I've still kept sealed, and I'm not really sure why. I don't know. I'll probably open it at some point. I'm not the kind of person who flips whiskey on, but maybe what I might do is just keep it forever and let my kids and my grandkids sort it out, you know, in the future. Nice little thing for them to find. We'll see. Haven't decided yet, but that's going to be another video because that is 3 years old. You see where I'm going with this now, right? Very tenuous. I'm going to have a sip of water. Right, and now I'm going to have a sip of this because this Balvenie 16 really is good. Triple casked. Oh, dude, Welsh Toro. He says, oh, expletive. I do try not to swear on the channel. I do swear in real life. So if you ever meet me in real life, I'm sorry if I give the wrong impression on these videos because I am really quite a swearer, but YouTube doesn't like it so much, so I try not to. He says, just joined. Don't worry about it, mate. I've been going for about only 16 minutes so far, and really I've just been prattling on. That's what these live streams are, to be fair. But thank you very much for joining. It'll be your dinner time soon, I imagine, won't it? On the old Spanish time. We've got Carl Miles in. Thanks for joining me, dude. I like this thing. I haven't seen any feedback saying if you like it or not, but maybe you hate it. I don't know. Here we go. Luna Aaron says, would be interested in Swiss and German St. Killen's 3-year-old whiskey. I would be interested. I'm not sure I can get hold of it. I do have a German whiskey up here, but it's the No. 9 Distillery. Not sure if it's 3 years old. I'm going to look into it. But I'm struggling for time to get hold of things at the moment because obviously we're in August already. So we'll see. We'll see. Whiskey Shed says he likes it. I know, I really like it as well. As I said, I'm going to get rid of this. I'll probably pay for the feature to get rid of this and put my own branding up here, and I can do a few more fancy things. And like I said, this is a really good feature for being able to drag guests in. What I can do is put them underneath the screen. You won't be able to see them at all. And I can choose when to drag them in and drag them off. I can have up to 6 in the stream with me, or 6 including me, but I can have 10 people in the queue waiting, which is pretty cool. Maybe I'll do a round table or something like that one day. Right, let's talk about one more video, and then we'll have a couple of little drinks. Now, this is going to be my first tenuous one. This here is a Glengoyne bottle, as you might be able to see. It says created and bottled in the sample room at Glengoyne. I haven't covered this bottle yet because I was finding an excuse to cover it, to be honest. But I went to Glengoyne fairly recently. If you haven't checked out my distillery visit of that, please do, because those distillery visits are things that I would love to do more, but I need your support to make them happen. These videos I do in here are so easy and so cheap to make, apart from the cost of the whiskey, but travel is something else. And those distilleries will allow me to do those things if people actually watch them. So if you haven't been to Glengoyne, this is an amazing experience that you can do. Fortunately, I won it, but it's £100 experience usually. And I blended this myself from a selection of 5 different whiskies. You won't be able to see that at all, will you? But no, I had some refill and some bourbon and some sherry, and they were all cask strength. And I got to, try them all and blend them in my own little way to create this. So I'm going to go through that in great length when I do my video. It's probably going to be a bit longer than my usual stuff. But I think you guys, this is what I'm talking to specifically you guys, the summer crew who stick around with us throughout the whole year. This is the kind of month for you guys. I'm not doing videos that I think will get loads of views like that incredible insaneness that was the White Walker. I'm going to make videos that I think you guys will want to see. Not searchable whiskey, let's say. I think I've seen a few more people just drop in, so I'm going to bang them up on the screen. Just one more. Oh, here we go. My brother again. Says 3 years, well done, proud of you, keep up the good work. Cheers, dude. You should start your own channel on something. You know what? The Instagram account. Get that on YouTube. Scotch on the Bayou says, congratulations on 3 years. Thank you very much. There's quite a few of us going over that sort of period in time now. I was definitely not one of the first. You know, Ralphie was the first, but I was in probably the second or third wave of people coming through. Quite lucky, I think. There wasn't much competition back then. So these guys who are starting up have a much harder time of it standing out, I think. But it pushes us all to be a bit better quality, which is why I think things like this are important, you know, with the whole banners and whatnot. Who's this? Martin Smith says, is that what is that old particular bottle behind you? I think you must be talking about my tube. I'll get that. Why not? Let's put that back up. I like this. If you've got questions, ask the questions and I'll bang them up on the screen and we'll talk about it for a bit. So I'm not like, unfortunately, I'm no Roy. I don't have loads of content, and I'm certainly no monologuer. This is the one of the only old particulars I've ever bought directly, to be fair. But this is the single grain Strathclyde 25 year. Damn lights drowning that out. But this, I got this a few years ago. It's just an empty tube now. I keep the tube. The bottle's long gone. I popped it straight away, and it didn't last very long because it's so good. The grain whiskey gets a massive bad rap because of rubbish like the Hay Club and stuff like that. Like the Clubman is just, ugh. But stick that grain in a barrel for 25 years plus, and it's just buttery goodness. It's just, I can't describe to how good it is. And it's so good value as well. 25-year-old grain costs less than £50, or did when I bought this. Don't know what it is now. But I can't impress on you people enough that if you're into whiskey in any way, shape or form, you owe it to yourself to try a nice single cask, single grain at some point, and it'll blow your mind because it's just really good stuff. Really good stuff. But yeah, that's it there. That's the Strathclyde 25. Let's chin that off. Right. Okay, let's talk about another video after I've got my Aquavitae glass, by the way. There you go. So it's here in spirit. Get it? Here in spirit? No? Okay. So this is going in the 3-year vibe. I bought this set recently. If you can see that says Bimber Distillery. Now these guys are based in London. There's only a couple of distilleries in London, and I've only recently come across them. They are 3 years old now. Well, they're putting out 3-year-old whiskey. I'm going to say September. Could be October. I don't think they've decided yet. But what I've got in here is some 3-year whiskies. Oh, look at that. He said it. Wow, the Vin Pub. Aquavitae, I like that, the Vin Pub. I'm not going to steal it. I definitely can't commit to it. What do you think of the overlays, Roy? You like these things? You should definitely try this out. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. So if you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, I really hope you would. I'm not the best Instagrammer in the world. I tend to just share my thumbnails, but I'm really getting into my Instagram stories. They last for a day, so you have to be subscribed or whatever, following me to get them. Then they're gone forever. But I did a complete tasting of this on there once, and it's already gone. But let's open this set and see what we've got inside. Hopefully this all stays in place. Now this set here really is quite nice. I think including shipping, it cost me £45. They did offer it to me for free, but that's not really my vibe. So I tried to support this local business. You know, like the long-standing distilleries, maybe they can afford to send out a sample or two, but these guys aren't selling anything yet. So I needed to support them. So in here, I've got some new make spirit. This is peated. And then they've given me all different kinds of 3-year-old different barrel selections. So we've got a special peated, which I'm not really sure what's special about that. There's an ex-bourbon barrel, a new virgin oak barrel, an ex-sherry barrel, and a recharred barrel, which is probably that kind of like STR vibe barrel that's going around. You know, the shaved, toasted, recharred vibe that's the legacy of Dr. Jim Swan. Nerding out a little bit there. You know, I don't really like to do that on my channel. I tend to be quite basic, but it's in there somewhere. If you guys want to see more in-depth videos like that, then let me know, because what I don't want to do is start producing really long videos if you're not into that. If you like the whole kind of like 5 to 6, 7, 8 minute vibes, I'll stick with it. It's really easy for me to do. I can bang those videos out. But if you want to see more thoughtful, more intelligent videos, then let me know. It's something I can probably do. We'll see. Martin Smith says, thank you. I couldn't agree more about grain whiskey. I have a bottle of Compass Box Hedonism open right now. Excellent choice, sir. Excellent choice. Haven't covered it on the channel. Will cover it on the channel at some point. That's the kind of kind of vibe we do on these channels, the kind of reviewers that bang stuff out like weekly, we're going to hit everything eventually, aren't we? You know, apart from them special releases that come and go, the stuff that's there all the time, eventually we're going to run out. Vin, sometimes you use the term bog standard in your reviews. Being from the west coast of the US, could you please elaborate? Yes, I can. I do tend to, I don't write a script for my reviews, so I do tend to use some of my local dialect. I use as little as possible, but I really just talk how I talk normally. I haven't got a kind of YouTube voice where I'm like, hello, I'm from England, that sort of thing. So I just talk how I normally talk. So sometimes stupid stuff like bog standard comes out. I can't really explain the etymology to you, to be honest, but really it just means like the basic of the basic. So like, let's talk about this dude here and this dude here. These are the bog standard of their respective brands. So really it's just like saying standard, you know, the standard, the basic, whatever. That's basically it. But it does raise an interesting point about me and the way I speak. Maybe I should create a glossary for the people that don't necessarily know what I'm going on about. But yeah, feel free to ask at any point. Put it in the comments. If I ever say something that's that weirds people out, then let me know and I'll explain it. And maybe I'll do an FAQ video or something like that at some point. Why not? But I like stuff like that. I like stuff like that. Whiskey Shared says he has the same set. Picked one up at the Distillery. Excellent. Something I've noticed with this overlay is that it doesn't highlight my comments. So when you at me, it's not highlighting them. So I'm going to feed that back to the people who make it, because that'll be really useful to me. Roy is definitely going to miss comments on this this thing. Let's see. We have Mike Christine. These guys, in fact, I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show. Right now, I'm drinking the present you guys got me. So thank you very much. See who else is in. There you go. Akvi says, Vin is trialing our new platform. I'm certainly trying. It seems to be going well. People are liking it. It's really, really easy to use. Here we have Eric Waite. Eric Waite's in. Hello from California. My 1 year anniversary. Yeah, it's got to be more than that, Eric, surely? It's got to be more than that. You've been barreling it. Yeah, to be fair, you know what you're talking about. So maybe that's why. Oh, there you go. You got a free one there, but I was actually meant to click that one. Max says, keep your slang, man. It's your personality. Well, that's what I think, to be honest. It's the way I try to do my videos is I treat this little circle here that's in front of me as if it was any one of you or a friend or something like that. So I'm just basically, this camera has asked me, what's that about you got there? And I just say, this is what I think about that thing that's just there. That's where I go with it. That's where I go with it. Okay, let's get rid of this and we'll pour something new. Bottoms up, baby. Now, I was going to wash that out, but I shan't. I'm going to get another couple of glasses. Bear with, I'm professional. Yep, you'll do, and you'll do. There we go. Sorry if you saw my shorts there. It's very hot. Right, so next on my journey today, I've got a Whiskey Wings glass. I haven't seen him in the comments yet, but hopefully he's in somewhere or will be around somewhere. Met him a couple of times at festivals, actually very close to my hometown, so I keep meaning to go down there and meet him. While I'm pouring this, let's have good old Phil up on the screen. Whiskey Wednesday Phil. Now, I've got here the Bernheim. Right, so I said this when I unboxed this. Now, I'm pretty sure that you guys pronounce it in the US as Bernheim, but for some reason, I just want to say Bernheim. I don't know why. So let's pour this. This is a wheated bourbon. Oh, no, I'm lying. It's not a wheated bourbon at all, is it? It's a straight wheat whiskey. There you go. So something to not get in trouble with when I actually do a review of that. Don't say bourbon when it's not a bourbon. People don't like that. Woo! Who else have we got in here? So he says here, Peter Wilcott says, hey, Vin, spoke to you on a live chat a while ago and said about more Japanese in your collection. Have you purchased any more yet? Oh, no, I haven't purchased any more. I just covered one recently, the Hatazaki, and I got that as part of my subscription service. that actually sent me this. It's £50 every 2 months, so it's one bottle every 2 months, which is a bargain, really. So I haven't really been buying Japanese whiskey because it's just so damn expensive over here. I don't really know what to do about that. But if any come my way, I'll pick them up for sure. Frank Lampard. I don't think it's the famous footballer, but anyway, good to see you, dude. I visited the English Whiskey Company last week. Well worth a visit to meet with David Fitt, the master distiller. I keep meaning to get down there. It's a little bit far for me to do in a day trip, and I don't find my way over Norfolk Way much, but I will get over there eventually. It is on my list of things to do. Now, let's have a look at this while I'm scrolling through. Yeah, it's got some real bold flavors to it. Really silky smooth, kind of wheat. It's not as sweet as corn, but it's got really nice flavors to it. I really like wheat whiskey. We've got Mark Slinger in. Had the pleasure of meeting you up in Scotland, so thank you very much for joining me. 47 people. You guys must be really missing Roy, I think. This is the prime time slot for Roy, I think. Let's talk about my last video that I've got planned for the 3-year vibe. Now, this one is really quite tenuous, so you're going to have to bear with me, but somebody gave me the idea and I ran with it. So what they said was I should have 3 whiskies that are 3 times my age. Now, right now, I am 33, so that worked out really well. So I've managed to get my hands on 3 whiskies that are 33 years old. There's the 3s again. 3 times my age makes nearly 33.3, makes 99.9-ish. So we're rounding it up to 100, makes a nice, neat 100 years, which I think is pretty cool. Now, what I'm planning to do is on the 21st of August, at around this sort of time, it'll be, again, I think it'll be a Thursday, maybe a Wednesday. I can't remember. You'll get the notification. I'm going to do a big live stream with 3 other people. Not ready to announce those yet because that'll be a surprise. And I've got, so far, 2 good friends and a slot open, ready to go. So I've got to choose who I want to be in there. I'm not sure who I'm going to do yet, but the first 2 who I have booked in, I've got a excellent YouTuber friend of mine who has been not necessarily a crutch, but definitely somebody to help me out. I don't think I'd be doing it if it wasn't for this guy. So I'm glad that they wanted to do it for me. The other one is somebody who you all know, but don't know the face of so much. A few of you will. That's all the clues I'm going to give. The 3rd slot, we'll see. But what I've got here is a Tomatal 33-year-old, 43%. I've got a North Star Vega 33-year-old. That's another quite big clue. So if you know who's been talking about that recently, you'll know who that is. And I've got a big one here. And this is a Tormore 33-year-old from 1984, which is not actually my birth year, but it's close enough. It fits the bill. 57.1%. So I think that is going to be an excellent stream. That's just my opinion. Hopefully you guys will join me out for that. Again, that'll be on the 21st of August, coming towards the end of my kind of month-long celebrations. The funny thing I have to say is that on that actual date, I won't be 33 anymore, but let's forget about that. It's actually my birthday month this month as well. So that's awesome. There's a few people having a guess about who it is. I'm not telling. You'll have to wait. So yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, Eric, wait. He's saying this is a big comment. Good like it. No Nonsense Whisky. I split my wine and spirits channel and started my whiskey channel. Ah, of course. That's right. That's where I'm getting confused because I remember you split that. Was that been a year since you split that? My God, time's going on. Luna Aaron says, "Oh no, I'll be on holiday. Don't worry about it. The stream will be there permanently. You'll be able to go back and check it out. It's a shame you won't be there with us live to drink along, but don't worry about it. It's not a problem. We don't hold grudges up here." Oh, Prestige Liquids. WW, it's Andrew. He's in Australia, so it's probably first thing in the morning for that guy. Poor lad. The problem with being over in Australia, there's so much whiskey over there. Actually, I only just found that out, Andrew. You've got so many distilleries over there that don't make it over here. Send some our way. And but he has to get up so early to be part of these things. Bless him. But go and check his channel out. He's just at the start, so he needs all the support he can get. Go and check him out. What are people saying here? People saying happy birthday. Thank you very much. It's not for a couple of weeks yet. I'm not going to be live streaming or anything like that. I'm going to be spending some time with the family, do a lot of things on YouTube. So I'm trying to create a bit more of a not a divide, but more of a balance in those things. I've been going pretty hard on my YouTube stuff recently. Dr. Matt says, I'm 50 in November. Any suggestions for a 1969 vintage? Oh, I mean, I just tried that North British 1968. Was it 1968? Was it 19? I can't remember, but it was like £1,700 a bottle, so I don't recommend that at all. Right, that's all I've got for announcements for the 3-year vibe. Some tenuous, some not. As I said, if you've got suggestions on what else you want to see, let me know. You don't have to let me know in the comments here. You can email me. And in fact, let's make use of the old banners. This is something that I can do now. I can type away. I can actually have this pre-prepared, so this is me being incredibly unprofessional, but I can pop this. There you go. That's my email address. Not a personal email address at all. It's all whiskey stuff, so feel free to drop me a line on that whenever you want. I'll reply about anything. Doesn't matter if you just want to chat about whiskey, carry on. It's also the best way to get coins if you want to order coins. I think most of you have got them now, so thank you very much. I've still got a few left, so if you know people that want them, then let me know before they run out. But yeah, so I quite like this this stuff that's going up on the screen. It's pretty damn good. Right, we had a question earlier from Dr. Matt about 1969 vintages. So we have Welsh Toro says Balblair, Martin Smith says Balblair 69. Phil Dwyer says Balblair. I think you got your answer there, my friend. You need to get yourself some Balblair. Ah, this is interesting. Now, I wondered about this. Now, I think this might be a super chat. So thank you very much, Dwayne, if it is. This overlay doesn't register those. So that's not something else for me to tell the people that make this. It's a really new software. They're just cracking on. So I didn't see a highlight for that. I just happened to catch it. Something for Roy to be aware of with his chat going past. Congratulations on your 3rd year anniversary. Keep up the good work and best wishes for the future of the channel. Thank you very much, Dwayne. Dwayne is by a long shot the biggest supporter of my channel, and I can't thank him enough for what he does by watching and being a patron of mine, and even then giving me a super chat as well, which is awesome. We have something else. Yes. Eric Waite says, No Nonsense Whisky, who created the new pop-up software? So these guys up here, oh God, I'm back to front. I can't reach it. Where is it? Here it is. Powered by StreamYard. They're 2 lads from the US who just wanted it to be easy, and they're going to be making a lot of money, I think, now that Google Hangouts has gone. But yeah, this might be the last time you see that logo, because I'm going to pay to get the watermarks removed, but it's a good opportunity to give them some money, I guess. But you can check it out for free, Eric, so it's worthwhile going along to StreamYard, signing up to a free account and cracking on. McCallum Finer Rare says there's a Glenfarclas Family Class 1969 as well. Oh, we've got a controversial question. You guys might be able to help with this. It's not really my forte. So this is my brother. He says, what's a good investment whiskey? A friend was asking. Now, I don't really do that. I've got a couple here that I've got kept aside. For example, I've got an inaugural release Cotswolds. I bought 2 bottles of that, so I've still got the 1 bottle open, and my 2nd bottle is still sealed, and I haven't decided if I'm going to open that or not yet. And I've got my other Cotswolds one, which is one of 250, but I really don't tend to keep them. So personally, I would say don't bother unless you really know what you're doing and have got a lot of money. Your basic stuff, like you could keep a bottle of Buffalo Trace and hope that the rickhouse falls down, and maybe your bottle will be worth £2 more than it was 10 years ago. But really, you've got to spend hundreds of pounds on something that's single cask or limited edition in some way, and then you have got to wait for that bottle to be gone and then maybe it's the last bottle left in existence or something like that. That's the only real way you're going to make some serious money, I think. But really the best way of doing it is to buy horrendous amounts of bottles and make little bits of profit here and there on everything. But you've got to be serious about it, and that's just not me. So reply to Alex if you want to give him some advice on that. Otherwise, I can't really help, I'm afraid. Dr. Matt says, only £1,600, I'm worth it. You definitely are, my friend. Half a century is not to be sniffed at. Let's see if we've got any more questions coming through. I don't think we do. Ard Baggy says Darth Mill. I'm not sure. Oh, is this in response to the investment stuff? Could well be. Yeah, Darth Mill was something that disappears quite quickly. If you can get your hands on that in the first place, then you're laughing. But I think I would pop it up. Macallan Fine and Rare says rules: vintages limited, high ABV, known brand. There you go. Write that down. Start buying. Yeah, here we go. This is a Welsh Toro, £79, Yamazaki 18. I'm assuming that's what you paid for it, dude. Well, if you manage to do that, then that's amazing, because you can sell that now for, what, £400, something like that? Aquavita is saying, can you invite guests, Finn, with StreamYard? Yes, you can. And I can do that anytime. I can invite guests right now if I wanted to. I don't have the infrastructure to do it right now, because if I did, I wouldn't be able to hear you the way I've got this set up. But you can invite up to, I think it's either 10 including you or 10 extra people, but you can have up to 6 in your screen at one time. So you can do weird things like, let's show you. I can share my screen. So I'm going to do that. Share my application window so you can see. In fact, look, there you go. I'll show you my system preferences. There you go. That's interesting for you, right? So I can do that, and then I can make it bigger, and I can show you it full screen. And then I can get rid of it all very quickly. Very good. I like it. I like it a lot. I think you're going to like it as well, Roy, apart from a few little niggles about not being able to see the chat so well. You're going to need a moderator, I think, for sure. David Evans says, what one bottle would you suggest for someone to buy? Difficult, really difficult. One bottle, I would say, if you're just starting out, for instance, I would say just buy whatever takes your fancy. Really do, because you're going to find things you don't like throughout life, for sure. But in the wide world of whiskey, I found that I've disliked probably maybe 4 or 5 bottles out of the hundreds that I've tried so far. Even stuff like this is really, really basic. It's not that great. It's fine for the amount of money it costs me to buy. But it's good. What I do is I put this in front of my expensive stuff, so that when I go in for a tipple and I start rooting around, I come to this and I go, yeah, that'll do. And it protects my good stuff from my inebriated self. I call it the guard whiskey. Coin it. But yeah, I really can't recommend you a specific bottle without a little bit more information about whether you like peat or age statements or things like that. Scotch, bourbon, world whiskies. Let me know. Happy to do recommendations if I get that sort of information. We got here. No Nonsense Whisky. Has the program been very user friendly, even for the technology challenged? I would say especially for the technology challenged, my friend. People like me and you will like it. It's very easy to do. It took me about literally 5 minutes. They've got a tutorial video session thing on their YouTube where you can just go through it, and it's exceptionally easy. And they're adding stuff to it all the time, and it's free to try. So even if you don't like it, you can just get rid of it. The best thing about it, I don't want to talk too much about the ins and outs. The best thing about it is that on every platform, so you can stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and whatever else you want. Can't do Instagram yet. You can stream to them all individually, but you can do test streams that don't go live and only you can see. So you can go in there and go, test, test, test. Is my mic working? What do I do about the sharing the screen vibes? And it all works parfait. Like it. Dr. Matt says invest in new distilleries. Probably a good shout. Probably a good shout. Yeah, that's all we've got so far. Right, let's finish this. And I'll move on to my last one, because I really do. I'm going to pour it while I wait, because I really do want to talk about this. I haven't covered this yet. Technically, I haven't covered it yet, because I did cover this with Eric on his live stream. Let's pour that and leave that to sit for a bit. So yeah, there's a few little niggles we've got to sort out with this. I really would like to show you what this does with a guest, but it's not the time for that now. As I said, I won't be able to hear what they say unless I unplug my mic and things like that, and that's going to cause some grief. So I won't do that today. No secret guests, I'm afraid. Bottoms up. Let's have a swig of water before we go on to the next one. Or I'll tell you what I have got to show you. Little sneaky preview. I got sent this recently. I'm very excited about it. I'm going to do a review, but it won't be a proper one because there's absolutely no way that anybody's going to be able to afford a bottle of this. Sorry if you hear this. This mic is sticking to me. Got sent a sample from Douglas Lang. This is the XOP Kalila 35-year-old. I won't go into the cask number, but it's 47.1%. Who am I kidding? You're not going to be able to see that. Yeah, Kalila 35-year-old. Absolutely banging. Can't wait to try that. So the third whiskey we got today, third and final. I think I'll probably stick to just under an hour. This is my Jason Whiskey Wise glass. Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to be doing videos anymore, but he is doing all right. Just to let you know, I've spoken to him recently. He's not disappeared forever. He's working in the whiskey world now, so he's struggling to make the channel work as well, which is a real shame because this is one of the big things that people say to me. Do I want to work in the whiskey world? Yes, I do, but not at the expense of my channel, because I've seen too many channels disappear now, and not just whiskey related ones, but other ones that I like. When they've got a job in the industry of which they're part of, their channel disappears because their brand either won't let them do it anymore, or they just don't have the time anymore, or whatever. You know, they just don't feel like they can do it, and that's not something I'm willing to do. So I'm not gonna take a job in the whiskey industry unless it's right for me and it allows me to carry on with this. I enjoy this too much to let it go, especially after 3 years. Dude, we got another super chat come in from Roy. It says, for the current landlord. Thank you very much. The Vin pub. I promised myself I wasn't going to laugh at that. That is funny though. Greg's in. Says, happy 3 years on the channel, Vin. Unfortunately, just passing by very quickly because some restrictive personal stuff to do tonight, health-wise. Bless you. Thanks for coming in, dude. And again, another person who's got his face on there. I really like that. There's I do love the internet for its anonymity, but I tell you what, when I meet you people in real life, if you haven't shown me your face beforehand, I literally have no idea who people are. After I've met you, of course, your face is logged for life. A good example of that was my good friend Ben Marnock, who is not called Ben, and I've been chatting to him for a long time, and then I finally met him and didn't know who he was. I had to look him up, and now, of course, we're good buddies. Gohab says, how is Mr. Bananas? I think he's in poor health. I'm pretty sure he's in poor health. Jason didn't bring him to Glasgow with him. He's not been on the channel. I don't know. He's having a bad time, that poor lad. Jason has joined the dark side just like Whiskey Wednesday. Yeah. I think he's enjoying himself, but it's taking the toll, I think. It's very busy, very busy. This thing here. Now, I took a punt on this. I say I took a punt. It wasn't really a punt. I saw it for cheap. It was about £32. Really, that's an absolute bargain. It's got a real... It's fairly youthful, I guess. It's under 10 years. Real good kick to it. And funny enough, there's two people here saying about the Nadura. There's Eric saying if you can get the Glenlivet Nadura peated cask. I think I might have a sample of that. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I think I've got something similar. Yeah, Jason Coates says, you'll at least know me by name. I certainly do, my friend. I certainly do. This. Let's talk about this for a bit. Now, something they do on the box, which I really like. Again, I'm going to show you, but you're not going to be able to see it. This bar here. Oh, you can just about see that. It's got a blue line and a white line, and it shows you the cask influence, bourbon versus sherry. So this is heavily ex-bourbon with a touch of ex-sherry in there. Keywords, non-chill filtered and natural coloured. Now, something I'm going to say about the Scotch industry, and I think we'll pretty much all agree, I don't like colouring. It doesn't bother me if it's in there, but just tell us it's in there. That's all I'm asking for. I don't think there's any real reason to bother colouring whiskey anymore. You know, people, we're all getting a bit more clued up. The Whiskey Tube bunch are bringing information to you readily. The bloggers have been doing that for years. So if anyone's even remotely interested, then you're going to be able to find out if it's got added colour in it or not. So just, you know, either stop bothering or put it on the label. That's all I'm saying to the producers. You know, be like the German rules. If you're buying Germany, you have to have the. I'm not going to try and hash together the German. It's something like I don't know, mit something, but it's it says with colour, with added colour. I think we should do that over here. Now, I just had a question come through. I'm sure. Oh, there it is. Whiskey Throttle says, when are you going to have a dram out of the TIE Fighter? There must be a secret compartment. Dude, if I move that thing is falling apart. I am thinking about putting a new set together. I did promise I was going to. I think I'm going to do a new desk and maybe a new drawers, new thing here. So it might not make it into the new set, because if I move it, I'm pretty sure it's going to fall apart. But I don't think I put it together very well either. So if I put whiskey in there, I think it's going to drip out. Here we go. The German contingent are in, and they say, mit Farbstoff. Farbstoff. I did do German in school, but it was a long time ago. Yes. Something like that. We should definitely do that over here. We should definitely do that over here. Good old German laws. Yes, exactly. Ah, here we go. This is Spirits People. It says, yes, I made it. Only just, my friend. I'm about to sign off, unfortunately. But this guy, he does do YouTube videos, but they start out as Instagram Live, which, again, is another super easy thing to do. I think I might start doing that eventually, but it's really easy. You start a live and then you can invite people and you just chat. I've been on Spirits People, so go and check out that. I'm pretty sure he's going to put that on YouTube eventually, so I will add it to a playlist. But if you're on Instagram, obviously go and check out me, No Nonsense Whisky, but also check out all of us, but go and check out Spirits People as well, because he's doing some wonderful stuff at the minute, including a brand new podcast, which you should definitely check out. It's super good quality. Definitely go and check him out. My brother says you can't take away the TIE Fighter because he pretty much gave that to me. So I won't be taking it away. It'll be somewhere else. Dr. Matt's given me a super chat. Thank you very much, Salancha. Salancha to you. Salancha to everybody else watching. Thank you very much. There you go. And Spirits People says it's available on YouTube now. So I'll go and search that out, and I'll put that in my collaborations playlist. You know, if you're on YouTube now, you're watching this now, you know all about it. But just in case you don't know, if you click on the profile of anybody, you get an option. Like for me, you'll have home, videos, and then there's this thing called playlists. In there, I've got tens of playlists from, like, I've got all the different regions. I've got some general interest ones, but one of the things I do is collaborations. Whenever I'm on a live stream with somebody else, I bang it into that playlist. So you can go and check that out, and you can go and see where I am that's not on my channel. And that should introduce you to some more people if you want to check out some other different distilleries. Okay, well, I think we're getting close to the hour now, so I'm going to sign off because it is getting really hot in here now. I am fully red-faced and fully shiny, so that sucks. But I hope you've enjoyed this live stream, this intro into the 3 years. If you missed any of what I said about the 3 years earlier, please do go back and re-watch, because I'm going to be doing some very interesting things with this stuff here, celebrating things around the number 3, kind of tenuously a little bit, but whatever. Excuses to make different content is excuses. So again, thank you very much to everybody. Thanks to the guys who gave super chats for that. Thank you for supporting the channel during these tough summer months. Thank you for drinking whiskey during these tough summer months. Leave all that other stuff behind. Carry on with the whiskey. We like to drink it all year. Everybody, don't worry about missing. Yeah, what's this? I've just seen something before. Welsh Tory says it's 22 degrees. It is 22 degrees, but not in here. It isn't, because I'm an idiot and I bought not LED lights. I've got halogens. So I am roasting. I need to change those for something a little cooler, I think. Roy's got something to say about that, so he'll probably chide me for it any second now. There you go. Slunch, everybody. I'm going to leave it here. Thanks everybody again, and I'll see you again on more No Nonsense Whisky videos. Sláinte.